Hello students, today we are going to discuss hydrogen spectrum. So in the previous video we have discussed about electromagnetic radiations. What are the different types of electromagnetic radiations? And what are the fundamental properties of electromagnetic radiations? So electromagnetic radiation will exhibit several properties like wavelength, frequency, intensity and amplitude. So all these are the fundamental properties of electromagnetic radiations. And energy, which is one of the derived quantity of electromagnetic radiations. So and we have already discussed about electromagnetic spectrum. That electromagnetic spectrum consists of several radiations like UV, visible, IR, X-rays, gamma rays, cosmic rays, like that. So all these are the several electromagnetic spectrum. So the arrangement of these electromagnetic radiation in the increasing order of wavelength is nothing but electromagnetic spectrum. We have already discussed about that. I will provide you the link in the description for your reference. Okay, now let us move on to our topic, that is hydrogen spectrum. So Bohr's theory can explain the hydrogen spectra of single electron systems. So single electron system means which consists of a single electron. So hydrogen consists of one electron, He plus, Li plus 2. So all these consists of only one electron. That's why this Bohr's theory can explain the hydrogen spectra or the spectra of these species. Okay, so let us consider the hydrogen spectrum. So according to Bohr's theory, every atom consists of central part called nucleus. Around the nucleus there are certain circular parts called orbits. So in those orbits the electron is revolving. So when the electron is revolving in those orbits, it neither loses energy nor gains energy. So that's why those are called stationary orbits. So here, if you consider when electron jumps from one orbit to another orbit, it may lose energy or gains energy. So whenever the electron moves from or jumps from high energy level to low energy level, it will emit some amount of energy. So when an electron is revolving in the particular stationary orbit, it neither loses energy nor gains energy. So the energy in each orbit is quantized, that is the energy is expressed, energy of an electron in orbit is equal to minus 13.6 by n square electron volts. So the energy of an electron in nth orbit is nothing but E is equal to minus 13.6 by n square electron volts. So if it is an hydrogen like atom, then we can consider En is equal to minus 13.6 by n square into Z square, where Z is the atomic number. If it is hydrogen like atom, suppose if you take helium, then for helium Z is equal to 2. For lithium Li plus 2, Z is equal to 3, like this. So if it is hydrogen like atom means if it is He plus or Li plus 2, then we have to substitute the atomic number Z value. Okay, so here it is an expression for energy of an electron in those orbits. So whenever the electron is present in those orbits, the energy is quantized, that is it has fixed quantity. So that is minus 13.6 by n square into Z square. Here the energy can be expressed in terms of different quantities like electron volts or calories or joules or ergs. So these are the different quantities we can express the energy, different units we can express the energy of an electron. So here 1 electron volt is equal to 1.602 into 10 to the power of minus 19 joules, or 1 calorie is equal to 4.2 joules. So if you know these conversions, you can convert this energy into different forms. Okay, so 1 calorie equal to 4.2 joules, or 1 joule is equal to 10 power 7 ergs. 1 joule equal to 10 power 7 ergs. So by knowing these conversions, you can calculate energy in terms of any units. Okay, so now let us consider the hydrogen spectrum. So this hydrogen spectrum consists of several electronic transitions. So whenever the electron jumps from high energy level to low energy level, it will emit some amount of energy. So that can be represented by a series of lines. So let us consider a series of lines, that is a series of orbits. So here these are the different series of orbits. So as we move downward direction, the energy gap should goes on increases like this. So it should have high energy difference. So here this is the first energy level, so n is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on like this. So here if an electron jumps from one energy high energy state to low energy state, it will emit energy in the form of radiation. So suppose an electron jumps from second energy level to first energy level, so a line is obtained. So from third to 1, 4 to 1, 5 to 1 and 6 to 1 and 7 to 1 and 8 to 1 or from 9 to 1. So likewise we get several series of spectral lines. So like this a series of lines are obtained by jump electron from high energy level to lower energy level. So when electron jumps from high energy level to low energy level, a series of lines are obtained. So these series are called different Lyman series, Balmer series, Paschen series, Brackett and Pfund. So this Lyman series is observed under UV region, Balmer under visible region, Paschen under near IR region, whereas Brackett under IR region, this is middle IR region, and Pfund series are observed under far IR region. So that is when electron jumps from high energy level to first energy level, a series of lines called Lyman series is observed. When electron jumps from high energy level to second energy level, the series is called Balmer series. So likewise different series are observed. So the first line of any series, you have to remember these points. The first line of any series is called H alpha line. The second line is called H beta line. So likewise the last line is called limiting line. The last line of any series is called limiting line. Okay. The last line is called limiting line. This is the first line. So first line from second energy level to first energy level in case of Lyman series. But in case of Balmer series, the first line is from third energy level to second energy level. So now we have to calculate the energy difference between these two energy levels or these two energy levels. So the energy difference between any of these two energy levels, that can be calculated by delta E is equal to E2 minus E1. Okay, so this is the energy difference between any two series, any two lines, any two orbits. Here this lines indicates, each line indicates one orbit. Okay, so now this is the energy difference between two orbits. Now the energy of stationary states, the energy of each stationary state is given by En is equal to minus RH into 1 by n square. So now we have to consider the energy of orbits, that is change in energy, that is delta E is equal to minus RH by n2 square minus upon minus RH by n1 square. So by simplifying this one, we can get RH is into 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. So this is the expression for change in energy, delta E equal to RH into 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. So here this is the first line H alpha, second line H beta, and the series continues like this. So several lines are there. So last line is the infinite line. So here from last line, that is from infinite to n1, n equal to 1, that is called limiting line. So for this limiting line, n1 is equal to 1 and n2 is equal to infinity. You have to remember this point. For the limiting line, the n2 value is equal to infinity. So from infinite line, the electron is transmitting from infinite line to n1 is equal to 1. Okay. So now we have to calculate the wave number by using this Rydberg equation. So this is the Rydberg equation. So this is called Rydberg equation. This can be Rydberg equation can be derived in terms of wave number. So this is an expression for energy. We have to convert into wave number. So let us see what is the wave number in terms of Rydberg equation. So we know very well the energy expression delta E is equal to h nu, or nu is equal to delta E by h. So here nu is equal to delta E means, here delta E means RH by h into 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. Here we have derived an expression for delta E. So by substituting the value of delta E here, so like this, here delta E equal to RH into 1 by N1 square minus N2 square. So by substituting here, we get RH by H into this much. So here nu is equal to, by substituting this R value, R means Rydberg constant. So this Rydberg constant is nothing but 109677 centimeter inverse by H means Planck's constant 6.626 into 10 power of minus 34 into 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square. So this is frequency. This frequency is expressed in terms of hertz. So by simplification, we get nu is equal to 3.29 into 10 power 15 into 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square. So but we know nu bar, wave number nu bar is equal to nu by c, that is equal to 3.29 into 10 power 15 upon c means velocity of light, that is speed of light or velocity of light. So generally we consider it is speed of light because it is a scalar quantity. Speed of light is a scalar quantity, light, speed of light, and next N2 square. So upon simplification we get this much, that is 1.09677 into 10 power 7 into 1 by N1 square by 1 by N2 square. So this is, by simplifying this 10 power 7 we get 109,677 into 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square. So this is in terms of centimeter inverse. So here this is an expression for wave number nu bar. So nu bar is inversely proportional to wavelength. That's why we can also write it as 1 by lambda. So nu bar equal to 1 by lambda equal to, so 1,09,677 into 1 by N1 square minus N2 square. So this is an expression called Rydberg equation. So this equation is called Rydberg equation. So by using this Rydberg equation we can calculate the wave number or wavelength of any electronic transition. Okay, let us consider one example to solve problem. So here N1 is equal to low energy orbit. So here N1 is equal to low energy orbit and N2 is equal to high energy orbit. Okay, so let us have a look on one problem. So here calculate the shortest and longest wavelength in hydrogen spectrum of Lyman series. So he asked to calculate the shortest and longest wavelength in hydrogen spectrum of Lyman series. So here shortest wavelength means the wavelength energy is inversely proportional to wavelength, because E is equal to h nu, that equal to hc by lambda. So energy is inversely proportional to wavelength lambda. So if energy is more, energy difference is more, then wavelength will be less. So shortest wavelength means here the energy should be, here the energy gap is more. If the energy gap is more, this is energy gap is more, the limiting line. So in limiting line the energy difference is more, that's why it will possess lowest wavelength. Here the energy difference is less, so it possesses highest wavelength. So here shortest wavelength. So shortest wavelength means we have to consider the large energy difference. That means the transition from infinite point to n is equal to 1, that is for limiting line. So here we have to consider the shortest wavelength, that is for limiting line. So what is n1 value? 1 and n2 is equal to infinity. So by taking this equation, so that is this one Rydberg equation, 1 by lambda is equal to nu bar is equal to 1,09,677 centimeter inverse, that is into 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. So here this should be equal to 109,677 into 1 by, here n1 square means 1 by 1 infinity square. So that is 109,677. So this will become 1. So that's why this is sorry, this is 1 by lambda. So this is 1 by lambda value, 1 by lambda equal to this much. So by considering lambda value, we can take the reciprocal. So upon simplification, we get 911.7 angstrom unit. So lambda equal to 911.7 angstrom units. Okay. So this is centimeter inverse. So 1 by lambda equal to this much. So the units for this is centimeter inverse. By taking reciprocal, we get lambda value in terms of angstrom units or centimeters. So 1 angstrom unit equal to 10 power minus 8 centimeters. And next, so this is the shortest wavelength. And what is the longest wavelength? So longest wavelength means here longest wavelength. So longest wavelength means n1 is equal to 1 and n2 is equal to 2. Here n2 is equal to 2. From second energy level to first energy level, it will become the longest wavelength. That means the shortest energy. Okay. So 1 by lambda is equal to nu bar is equal to 9677 upon 1 by 1 equal to 1, n1 equal to 1 and n2 equal to 2, that is 2 square. So upon simplification, we get, so this is 3 by 4. So 109677 into 3 by 4. So that equal to, so 1 by lambda, this 1 by lambda is equal to 3 by 4 into 109677. So lambda equal to 4 by 3 into 1 by this much. So this lambda will become 1215.7 angstrom units. This is centimeter inverse. This is centimeter inverse, and this will become centimeter. By taking reciprocal, it will become centimeter. So lambda equal to 1215.7 angstrom units. So this is the expression for wavelength lambda for longest wavelength. So this is the longest wavelength and shortest energy. So in this way, you can calculate the whatever may be the electronic transition, we can calculate by simply by substituting the n1 values and n2 values. We can calculate the wave number nu bar or wavelength lambda. So by this Rydberg equation. Now here question of the day. So here is a small question for you. So what are the n1 and n2 values? What are the n1 and n2 values for Balmer series? For Balmer series H alpha line. So for H alpha line of Balmer series, what are the n1 and n2 values? So this is the question of the day. So please comment me the answer in comment box. I hope you like this video. For getting more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to tap the bell icon. Thank you. Please comment me the answer in comment box. Thank you.